It's Sunday, and we love Sundays at the Talking About It 23 Sneaker channel because that's the day that Shoe Butter does us the honour of dropping into town, showing us a rare sneaker in hand every single Sunday, and I appreciate that very, very much. And what I also appreciate is that I realise that the links that I can put up here, and I go doing when I do put them up, or some other random noise, they stay there for the whole video. So if I do put up a link like this, doing, the playlist for the Butter Movement where you can find those rare sneakers in hand, it'll sit there and you can check it out at the end of the video, so you don't have to actually click away from this to go check out that playlist, which is great because you get to watch this sneaker content with this rare sneaker in hand and then go over there and watch those videos which also have rare sneakers in hand, and they're incredible. You know that today's sneaker, because you've already seen this title, or you've already worked out from the 5 hints I gave this week, which were that we started off with the LeBron 4 Grail, and I thought I might have been a bit too easy giving you that one. And then the next day it was Colourful, and then Friends and Family, and then I showed you this, the outsole right there, and then yesterday for the 5th hint I said Breakfast, and from all of that you would have already worked out that we're talking about the Nike Lebron 4 Fruity Pebbles, player exclusive I might add, but if you didn't work that all out, you've worked it out from the title of this video because you can see it plain as day. And yeah, so we'll be popping over to see Shoe Butter and have a look at that in a couple of seconds time. But before we do that, a quick word about Fruity Pebbles and what Fruity Pebble LeBrons look like, because there have been a few down the years. Now I know of this Fruity Pebbles, this is LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles from Shoe Butter, because he talked about it when he had his own channel, and I remember thinking, wow, that's clean. But there have been other Fruity Pebbles along the way. There were the Fruity Pebble 12s, which go for quite a bit online. I think in about the $1,400–1,500 mark. There have been 15s which were interesting because there was a black and a white pair, so it was interesting to see they had 2 different colorways on them, and hopefully behind me here I'm able to put up a picture of both the black and the white pair of the 15 Fruity Pebbles. But what surprised me was that there have been LeBron 17 Fruity Pebbles. Yesterday, I reviewed the LeBron 17 James gang, and every time I talk about 17s, I talk about how much I love them. I think they're a clean sneaker. I really think they're fire. Love the battle knit on them. Love everything about the LeBron 17s. But yesterday's particular variant, I was a no on. But I didn't realize that there had been LeBron 17 Fruity Pebbles, and it really surprised me when I was looking into these LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles. I was like, oh look, there's 17s. How did I miss out on that? Because I have reviewed lots of LeBron 17s for the channel, lots. My favorites were these here, the Harlem Fashion Rose. So I'm surprised I missed out on that and didn't realise that there were Fruity Pebble ones coming. And it would have made sense for me to review the Fruity Pebbles and then on the Sunday had Shoe Butter bring us these LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles. That would have been a cool tie-up. But somehow I missed out on that and didn't realise that they were coming along. So yeah, sometimes you miss. But looking at these LeBron 4s, there's a couple of things I want to say about them beforehand. One is that I said in a previous video that for me the LeBron line kicked in at the LeBron 7s, and everything before that was a bit sort of and I took a little bit of flack for that in the comments down below. But then when I was looking at these 4s, I was like, yeah, no, I still stand by what I said. And in the case of these 4s, the reasons why I stand by saying that it's the 7s is where things kicked in is I've said before in a lot of my videos that I think LeBron has always struggled with his sneakers to get away from a connection to other sneaker lines, especially the Jordan line, which is not the case today. I'll tell you what I think this is too connected to today. And these ones, the 4s, what I see is right here. There's a Pro Tro 1 from Kobe Bryant. Now I haven't talked about Kobe Bryant on my channel at all. I mentioned him when I reviewed the, what was it now? It was the Kyrie Irving 6 trophies earlier this week. Because I talked about a similarity between that shoe and a Kobe shoe. And then the same today is I do see that similarity between the LeBron 4s and the Kobe 1 Pro Tros, the Pro Tro 1s. But I haven't talked about it, and people have been asking me why not. And the reason I haven't talked about Kobe is because I don't know enough about it. And if I did talk about Kobe, it would just be clickbait. And I really don't like people making profit of other people's misfortune. And I was really happy to see that certain members of the sneaker community, I think I'm right in saying, what's JC's sneaker store in Las Vegas called? How could I have forgotten that? That they froze their Kobe prices, which I thought was a great thing to do. You're not making a profit of somebody else's misfortune. And if I had done a video about Kobe Bryant, I would have felt I was just, making clickbait, because I'm not a basketball guy. I don't know enough about basketball to talk about him or his life and things like that. So those of you who've been asking why I didn't get into it, that's why. And I would have felt it was rude or against my morals or those kind of things. So, but I do with these LeBron 4s. I can't get away from the similarity to the Pro 1s. I mean, they're just very, very similar. And I think, for going back to my original point about LeBron 1s through 6s, I really find it difficult to look at those shoes and see anything unique or innovative that's just his. But then when the 7s kicked in, it was like, this is much more about the LeBron line rather than Nike or basketball sneakers in general. And that, for me, is where things got really interesting. And then the 17s, for me, are a really, really clean sneaker. And one of my favorite, most unique, it's a LeBron sneaker. So that's kind of my take on all of this. The other thing about the LeBron 4s is that apparently the design had heavy influence from the foamposites, and that was why it came about the way it did, and the structure is the way it did. It's because of the foamposite elements in there. So all of that ties together, and hopefully all of that background then leads us in to actually looking at these guys now. The shoe butter actually says in the video here that he thinks that LeBron James wore these in a game, and he actually did. He wore them on December the 1st, 2006, against the Atlanta Hawks, and he did wear them for that one game. I think the game had something to do with retro jerseys or something like that, like OG retro sort of old-fashioned jersey designs or something like that, and he wore them specifically for that one game, but they're extremely rare. They go for maybe as much as $5,000 if you want to get your hands on a pair of Fruity Pebble 4s. So they are a really rare sneaker with a really rare story behind them, and absolutely fire sneaker as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking forward to slipping over to the shoe department right now to let the great man do his talking. So without further ado, let's get over there and have a look at the Nike Lebron 4 Fruity Pebbles in hand. So shoe butter, over to you.
Guys, so if you picked the LeBron James 4 Fruity Pebbles, you'd be absolutely right. This is an ultra rare sneaker that Nike released in a super limited run. As you can see here, it says family size. This was a friends and family version sneaker that was released by Nike, and again, just super limited. I think LeBron wore this once in 2006 against the Atlanta Hawks. I'm not sure, but when I was searching and trying to get all the LeBron grails up until the LeBron 14s, this was definitely one of the hardest shoes to get. This is a size 16. As you can see, it is a game worn probably by LeBron or me. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, super limited. LeBron's favorite cereal growing up was the Fruity Pebbles, hence all of the colorways here. They talk about this being sort of like a foamposite kind of throwback style. Very heavy shoe, as you can see on the sole here. Some pretty cool colorways. Or color coordinations, so pretty neat. I'll open up inside here for you guys to take a look at underneath the strap. I think there's the lion. Yeah, there's the LeBron James lion, and again that Fruity Pebble look throughout, design throughout. Again, I think it says family size here, and then family size here on the back as well. So yeah, super limited. Again, very difficult for me to find. I think that some of these go upwards of like $5,000 now. I was lucky to have been able to acquire this shoe. So I'll get Doug to put up some pictures of LeBron wearing this in the game. I think it was a Hardwood Classic game that he wore it in. And I believe, I could be totally wrong, but I believe he only wore it once that year. But again, I could be totally wrong, but Doug will throw up some pictures. So if you picked the Fruity Pebble 4, you'd be absolutely right. Congratulations.
And we're back from the shoe apartment where I love to go every single Sunday. I'm just unbelievably grateful to Shoe Butter for taking the time to do this for me. I do have selfish intentions, but I do also have selfless intentions. Selfish, of course. I mean, these are rare shoes, and it's great for my channel to have them, in hand, which I could never do myself. So of course that's selfish of me. But the selfless part is that I do want to try and get Shoe Butter back in the game, and I want him on, in his sneaker world. More, because he really did step away after YouTube shut down his channel. So I would love to see Shoe Butter get more invested and interactive in the sneaker world out there. So if you're like me and you want to see Shoe Butter bring more content, longer content, different content to the channel, let us all know in the comments down below, and we'll try and get the great man to dig into his shoe collection a little bit more and come to us a bit more often. But for now, we just thank him for what he does give to us, which is that 2 minutes every week of the rarest sneakers in the world in hand. And they're just incredible sneakers. I know what's coming. I think I've still got 2 more videos to do before I need to ask him to send me up some more content. At least 2. Oh no, is that a third one? There's that one. There's those 2. Oh, and there's that one. There's at least 3. And they're all fire. They're really great to look forward to. One was a personal request, and the other 2 are from him himself. So anyway, thank you, Shoe Butter. Thank you for dropping in that content. Thank you for the rare sneakers in hand that you just would never see almost anywhere else. I mean, Fruity Pebble 4s in hand. Like, seriously, you won't see that anywhere else. But for now, though, it's time for me to say farewell, to sign off, and to finish up this content. I'll be back tomorrow with a Japanese review. I'm trying to do reviews in Japanese once a week, and I'll be doing a Japanese review tomorrow, and then back on Tuesday with English again, trying to slip in 1 Japanese video a week and 6 English, and it's great if you can support that as well, and because that connection to the Japanese community is a major element of my channel, especially with the Olympics coming to town, so supporting that would be great. But for now, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content, but as I do this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.